All right, hey everybody, this is Nicole Chapman of Fusion Profits. I wanted to come to you today with a little insight about all the things that are going on in the world today. The coronavirus is a trending hot topic right now. If you're like me and everybody else in the world, you are talking about it, you're thinking about it. If you have a business, you're probably worrying about it. So I want to talk a little bit about that today and say that this, believe it or not, is not the end of the world. It also doesn't mean it has to be the end of your business, okay? So those are the first things that I want to put out there. Will this affect almost all businesses in some way? I'm not gonna lie, it's going to. There's a trickle-down effect, and there's still a lot of unknowns about what's going on, right? And so that's the scariest part. But here's the thing. Continued fear will only breed more fear. And this is the worst thing that we can do for our economy, for our health. So keep that in mind as I continue to talk. As entrepreneurs, we know there are ups and downs in businesses, and some businesses, there are more than others, right? So it just depends your level of, what you have going on. So let me tell you to take this time and work out and try to find solutions for your business if you're struggling right now. Talk positive to yourself. You will come out on the other end of this. So I want to talk a little bit about me for a second and a correlation that I'm hoping will kind of help you. So I love the ocean. It's where I feel the calmest. It's where I have my best ideas. Most people have this space, this place. Maybe it's going to the mountains. Maybe it's whatever it is. Most people have this space, right? So I always correlate what's going on in the ocean to business and life. And some days the seas are raging, some days they're calm and beautiful. So I find a lot of correlations to, business and the ocean and those kind of things. So last week I was with my family at the beach as all this coronavirus just started going crazy and becoming on everybody's radar and really becoming worrisome for everybody, rightfully so, right? So I started thinking about it, and kind of what's happening right now is very similar to a rip current. If you know anything about rip currents, you know that they start in one place, you're hanging out in the ocean, you get pulled into one, maybe you don't know what it looks like, or maybe you do and somehow you ended up in one, and it takes you in a direction that you had not planned to go. The thing about rip currents is they have a path, they have a flow. So they go, they pull you out, and they pull you back in. Then you'll see signs of the ocean. Just if you get in this situation, follow it out. So this is very similar to what's going on right now. Because if you're in a rip current and you start to panic, you waste your energy, you can drown. And so this can be the same thing for your business, but it really doesn't have to be. You will make the clearest decisions with a nice, clear head. So this is the first thing that I really want to make sure everybody is checking. Check your mindset, check how you're feeling. I know emotions are running really high right now, but this is the most important thing because we can't control what's going on right now. Then that is what creates this sense of fear. We have no control over this. So while we can't control that, we can control how we act. We can control how we react. We can control our minds. We have control over ourselves and our thoughts. And so this is so important. So for those of you who don't know me, you're coming across my channel and you're probably like, who's she? What does she know? She has no idea. Well, just to give you a little bit of a background, right now I offer CFO services and bookkeeping services to amazing people, amazing businesses. But just not that long ago, I owned a bar and restaurant. And if you know anything about a bar and restaurant and their finances is not for the faint of heart. It's not an easy business to run. It's not always super thankful, but it's fun. So just a little background on the food and beverage. If you're in it, the margins are thin, and you can be sent into a tailspin pretty fast as a business owner if you're a restaurant business owner. So also to give you a little background, we had a thriving bar in the Caribbean. At one point, the beer company even told us, I think we were number 2 in the country, and we employed about 25 to 30 people at a time. So this raises the stakes, right? When you have employees, it's a different ballgame than if you're self-employed and you're just working for you and your family. It's the layers of stress that come on top of that. I know it's a very real thing. So a few years ago, I'm going to just tell this story so you get some of an idea. And this isn't the first tailspin that we had, right? But this is one that I feel like is really a good story for right now. So a few years back, during our summer season, it rained super heavy. I mean, nobody was coming to town because who wants to go to the beach and who wants to spend time in a place when it's raining and flooding in some areas. It crushed our revenues, right? So completely a time that we were expecting a certain level of revenue to be coming in, it wasn't there. And I'd say probably at least by half. And that's huge. So we kind of, we're very good about watching our numbers, our inventory, we did all the things, cash flow. We were very particular about these things. So we were able to navigate through that. We saw kind of the opening, the other end of it, and a strike happened. Again, something completely out of our control. There was nothing we could do about it, and it crushed tourism again. And so when you're in a tourist town and tourism is everything, we had some local people coming in, but after a while, everybody's pinching pennies, everything's tight, and you really start to feel it. So this sent us into a tailspin, even though we were, doing all the right things financially. It was out of our control. And I can tell you, I let that stress take over my body to the point where my teeth, my face, they were vibrating. And I don't know if anybody's ever experienced something like that. It was not a good place to be. Thankfully, I took a step back, checked myself. I'm sure I had a couple people around me checking me, saying, get it together. This was just such a stressful time. In my downward spiral, I was going down with the business, right? I couldn't see a way out, and I'm a numbers person. I was just like, I don't see how this can work. So I stopped, and I said, no, there's a solution. Took a step back, and I'll tell you what, we got creative. We got very, very creative. We continued to watch our numbers and our cash flow, but we got really creative with our business. And we dug into things that we would have never dug in before. We were real honest with ourselves about what was working, what wasn't working, something that we would have never done before. And at the end of it, we actually stepped into our most profitable high season. And when I say most profitable, I don't mean our highest revenues. I mean, we had the most money at the end of the day after this high season because we were hyper-focused, because we got creative in a downturn. We were able to get everything back on track. And, that is a testament to taking a step back and getting creative with your business, right? So here's my point. We have an opportunity to take this time to get creative in our business, open up our mind to the new ways and the new possibilities, and try them. Focus on your finances. This is so important. If you don't have things in place, this is the time you need to get them together. You cannot close your mind or your eyes to this. But in addition, it's just a time to get creative with your business. I have a personal Facebook group. It's called Profitable and Empowered Entrepreneurs. I am going to be going live in my group over the next couple weeks to really try to work with people through their situations. And so right now, there's another plus that I see to all of this is this is the first time, at least in my life, the entire world is in something together. And it's creating this sense of unity that is, it's incredible. You see people reaching out, landlords saying, you're not going to have to worry about rent this month. Bigger companies stepping up and saying, don't worry about this. You know, Italy saying, hey, you guys don't need to pay your mortgage through this time. Like just, you know, and I understand that that's a bigger company, but even just down to people just doing nice and better things. I feel like when you're in these things together, it feels good to lift people up. And I just see this really great thing coming out of something that feels so scary, right? It's weird times right now. That's all I can really say about it. So we're in this together, so it's also a really great opportunity to take some time and lift somebody up. If you have some extra funds and you can help somebody out, that's amazing. Do that. But it doesn't have to come down to finances. It can just be to reach out to somebody who knows struggling. Maybe you're not even sure. Just reach out, because everybody's in their own world right now, and you don't know who's going into a tailspin over what's going on. And it takes only a little bit of energy to reach out and say, hey, how you doing? Let's talk through this. Like, this is okay. It's going to be okay, you know? So be kind. Give in any way that you possibly can. I think that this is just, you should always in business be looking to do these things. But, you know, this is a time when it's just feeling so extra important to do it, right? So again, I really want to help people who are struggling in the coming weeks. This is what I do. I offer, I know the books. I have a bookkeeping services, CFO, you know, like I explained earlier. Like, I've been through all the things. I know the importance of it. And so I want to help people during these weeks really, really sort through some of these things. So, you know, I've asked I did a live earlier in my group touching on this same topic. And I've asked people to reach out to me in a private message and link in the comments below. And I'm asking for you to do the same here. In the comments below, please let me know what I can help you with. What would be helpful for you during this time? Join my Facebook group. And again, I'm going to be going live in there having kind of conversations around these things. And, you know, you can also find me or my business on Facebook and shoot me a private message and say, hey, you know, I'm struggling with this. It'd be great if you could go live about it or do a YouTube video on this. This is where I feel like I can make a contribution in my time, because I know that the finances can be scary. And I already have a growing list of things that I know is going to be important to talk about these next coming weeks and even months. But tell me what you want to hear and what you want to learn about and what you want to know and, you know, what you're going through. Because again, we're all in this together, right? We can come out of this. Your business success at this point it's on you and making that turn and shifting. Take your mind out of the downward spiral if you're there, and start writing down some things. But more importantly, stay positive, keep your mind right, get outside if you can and breathe fresh air. Let the sun touch your skin, you know, like I know people can see this from all parts of the world. So, you know, maybe for whatever reason you're not able to pop outside real quick or whatever. But do what you can to take a minute to yourself. Write down some ideas, even if they sound insane to you right now. Just open your mind to the possibilities of what can be, instead of focusing on all of the crazy things that are happening right now. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. Like this video, subscribe to this channel below so you get notifications. I'm going to be going through, again, my Facebook group is going to be where we're going to have active conversations about these things. So go like that. It's completely free. And again, pop in the comments below some things you're struggling with, because I'm going to continuously put out videos for you guys. And I'd love to know what you're struggling with right now so I can be of service to you. So for now, keep your mind right. Don't go in that tailspin. You will come out on the other side.